Alrighty, this is 1.7 of geometry. Midpoint formula. So when we're working with a number line, our midpoint formula is a plus b, the coordinates of the points added together, divided by 2, and that gives us our midpoint. When we are working on a coordinate plane, we have one point, which is x1, y1. That's point A. And then we have our second point, B, x2, y2. And then our formula is an ordered pair. We get the x value by adding our x coordinates together and dividing by 2. And we get our y coordinate by adding our y coordinates together and dividing by 2. Okay, so let's try that. I'm just going to jump down to our got it problem. JK has endpoints at -12 and 4 on a number line. What is the coordinate of its midpoint? Well, we're going to do -12 plus 4 divided by 2. When we simplify the top, -12 plus 4 is -8 divided by 2 gives me -4. So its midpoint is -4. Oh, I used up a lot of room there, but alrighty. The midpoint of RS with endpoints 5, -10, and 3, 6. So I'm going to have an ordered pair where I add my x's, so 5 plus 3, and divide by 2, and I add my y's, -10 plus 6, and divide by 2. 5 plus 3 is 8, divided by 2. -10 plus 6 gives me -4, and that's still divided by 2. So my final ordered pair, 8 divided by 2 is 4. -4 divided by 2 is -2. So my midpoint is 4, -2. Okay, we can also find an endpoint using that same formula. So if I'm told that the midpoint of AB has coordinates 4, -9, and I'm given one of the endpoints, which is -3, -5, I can find the coordinates of the other endpoint. I know that my final answer would be 4, -9, and that would be -3 plus x2 over 2 and -5 plus y2 over 2. So if I match these guys up, I know that 4 needs to be my final answer for this guy right here, and -9 needs to be my answer for this guy right here. So I can set up equations for that. So 4 is going to be equal to -3 plus x2 over 2. So I can multiply both sides by 2, and I get 8 equals -3 plus x2, and I'll add 3 to both sides. I get 11 is equal to x2. So my x coordinate is 11. And I'll try to squeeze this in over here. -9 is equal to -5 plus y2 over 2. Multiply by 2 on both sides, I get -18 is equal to -5 plus y2. Add 5 to both sides, I get -13 is equal to y2. So this is -13. So the other endpoint is 11, -13. Alrighty, here is our distance formula. So we were working with the midpoint formula. Now we're switching to our distance formula. And it uses 2 points, x1, y1, x2, y2. And we plug it into this formula right here. Why don't we give it a shot? So SR has endpoints -2, 14, and 3, -1. What is SR to the nearest tenth? So my formula is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. I'm going to call this my x1 and my y1. This will be my x2 and my y2. Oh, messy, sorry. So this is the square root of 3 minus -2 squared plus negative 1 minus 14 squared. So 3 minus negative 2 is the same thing as 3 plus 2. So this gives me 5 squared plus negative 1 minus 14 is going to give me a negative 15 squared. That gives me the square root of 5 squared is 25. 15 squared, negative 15 squared is a positive 225. 225 plus 25, it gives me 250. And the square root of 250 is 15.8. Alrighty. On a zipline course, you are harnessed to a cable that travels through the tree tops. You start at platform A and zip through each of the other platforms. How far do you travel from platform B to platform C? So they show their work for platform B to platform C, and then in number 4 down here, I'm asked about going from platform D to platform E. So platform D is at 20, and platform E is at 30, negative 15. So I need to find the distance between those points. So again, my distance formula is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. I'll take this one as my second point. So I'm going to do, the square root of 30 minus 20 squared plus negative 15 minus 20 squared, which gives me the square root. 30 minus 20 is 10, so that's 10 squared, plus negative 15 minus 20 is negative 35, and that's squared as well. 10 squared is 100. Negative 35 squared is 1,225. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. And then 1,225 plus 100 is going to give us the square root of 1,325. And the square root of 1,325 is 36.4. And there we go. I'm going to skip your lesson check, and here is your homework.